Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's presentation with a focus on Caliph Ali bin Abi Talib. This is the first slide, so I want to warmly welcome you all and introduce our topic with enthusiasm. Today, we'll explore the life and significance of Caliph Ali, touching on his contributions, leadership, and legacy. Over the next few slides, we'll delve into his background, his role in history, and why he remains a key figure today. Let's get started. Today, I want to reflect on a powerful saying by Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, when he addressed the bearers of knowledge. He called them, O bearers of knowledge, emphasizing the importance of certain core values in the pursuit of knowledge. These values guide us not only in learning, but also in how we apply that knowledge in our lives. Next, we will look at the Khawarij, both in the past and the present. Understanding their characteristics helps us recognize the significance of correct understanding and moderation. So, what exactly are the Khawarij? The term refers to a group that emerged during the early days of Islam, known for their extreme views and actions. Historically, they were a faction that broke away during the Caliphate of Ali, may Allah be pleased with him. Speaking of Ali's rule, it began in the year 656 CE, marking a significant period in Islamic history. By the end of this lesson, I want you to be able to explain the key points thoroughly, but in a conversational way, highlight the most important concepts, and connect everything to the broader themes of our presentation. He was pledged allegiance to as Caliph in the year 35 AH. This was a significant moment in Islamic history, marking the leadership of a man deeply rooted in the faith and community. He accepted Islam while he was young, demonstrating his early dedication and commitment to the religion. During his youth, he was under the guardianship of the Prophet Muhammad FDFA, which gave him a close connection to the Prophet and a deep understanding of Islam from an early age. He is the cousin of the Prophet FDFA, which highlights the close family ties and the trust placed in him by the Prophet. Being a cousin also meant he shared in the early struggles and efforts to establish Islam. He was one of the early believers and supporters of the Prophet FDFA, standing alongside him from the very beginning. Now, the person we're talking about is Caliph Ali bin Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him. He is recognized as the fourth of the Rightly Guided Caliphs, a title that signifies his righteous leadership and adherence to the teachings of Islam. He assumed the caliphate after the death of Uthman bin Affan, may Allah be pleased with him, which was a challenging time for the Muslim community. His leadership was marked by justice, wisdom, and a deep commitment to Islam and the unity of the Muslim Ummah. Understanding his background and his role helps us appreciate the qualities that made him a revered leader and a key figure in our Islamic history. After his martyrdom, the division among Muslims grew even more intense, mainly due to what is known as the fitna, or trial, that followed his passing. It was a turbulent period, marked by disagreements and conflicts that had a lasting impact on the Muslim community. He was martyred by a member of the Khawarij while he was on his way to perform the Fajr prayer, which highlights the tragic and sudden nature of his death. His era was filled with numerous battles and disputes, reflecting the tumultuous times and the challenges faced in uniting the Muslim Ummah. He was often called Abu al-Hasanayn, a name that signifies his special connection to his sons, Hasan and Husain. These two were the children of the Prophet's beloved daughter Fatima, may Allah be pleased with her, which emphasizes his close relationship to the Prophet and his family. Now, his kunya, or honorific title, was Caliph Ali bin Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him. It signifies his role as a leader and a significant figure in Islamic history. His full name was Ali bin Abi Talib al-Hashimi al-Qurashi, linking him to the noble Quraysh tribe and emphasizing his noble lineage. All these points help us understand his pivotal role, not only as a leader, but also as a figure of faith and perseverance through difficult times, which ties into the broader theme of leadership, sacrifice, and the challenges faced by early Muslims. Today, I want to highlight some of the most remarkable characteristics of Caliph Ali bin Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him. First, his asceticism and humility stand out. Despite his position, he lived simply and remained grounded, showing us the importance of humility and contentment in life. Next, his knowledge and deep understanding of religion were extraordinary. He was not only learned, but also wise in applying that knowledge, guiding others with clarity and compassion. His generosity was renowned. He gave freely to those in need, embodying the spirit of selflessness and charity. Courage was another defining trait. Ali was fearless in defending justice and standing up for what was right, even in the face of danger. Lastly, his wisdom guided his decisions and actions, inspiring countless followers and emphasizing the importance of thoughtful leadership. When we reflect on these qualities, they reinforce the overall theme of leadership rooted in piety, humility, and moral strength. Ali's example continues to serve as a powerful model for us all. Today, I want to share some notable sayings of Caliph Ali bin Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, that beautifully highlight essential principles for our lives. First, he emphasized the importance of staying united and avoiding division. This reminds us that unity is fundamental for strength and progress, both in our communities and in ourselves. Next, he said that the best people are those who are most beneficial to others. This teaches us that true nobility lies in service and kindness. He also pointed out that the blessing of life is found in good deeds. It's a powerful reminder that the value of our lives is measured by the positive actions we perform. Finally, he warned that whoever is arrogant towards others will ultimately face humiliation. Humility is a key virtue, and arrogance only leads to downfall. All these sayings connect back to our overall theme of living a meaningful, ethical life, highlighting virtues like unity, service, humility, and good conduct. They serve as timeless guidance for how we should strive to lead our lives. Today, I want to talk about a group known for their disobedience to the ruler and their extremism in religion. They are called al-Khawarij. This name comes from their rebellion against the Imam of the Muslims and their refusal to obey his authority. It's important to understand that obeying the ruler is actually part of obeying Allah and his messenger letter FDFA, so their disobedience was a serious issue. They specifically rebelled against Caliph Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, which marked a significant point in their history. The Khawarij were characterized by their strict and extreme views, especially in religious matters. Their actions and beliefs reflected a deep sense of extremism that led them to break away from the mainstream Muslim community. Connecting this to our overall theme, their rebellion highlights the dangers of extremism and disobedience within the faith. It's a reminder of the importance of balanced understanding and obedience in Islam, especially when it comes to leadership and religious conduct. They spread chaos and destruction not only in Muslim lands, but also beyond. Their actions have caused significant harm and instability. They have even killed fellow Muslims, which is a very serious issue. What's particularly concerning is how they declare scholars, rulers, and anyone who disagrees with them as disbelievers, or kafir. This kind of labeling can lead to unjust accusations and divisions within the community. When we look at the similarities between the Khawarij of the past and those of today, we see a pattern of disobedience. They often reject the commands of those in authority, challenging the established leadership and causing further discord. Understanding these patterns helps us recognize the dangers of extremism and the importance of unity and respect within our faith. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on this powerful quote from Ali bin Abi Talib, may God be pleased with him. He addresses those who possess knowledge, calling them bearers of knowledge, which emphasizes the responsibility that comes with knowing. The key message here is that knowledge isn't just about accumulating facts, it's about applying what we know in our lives. Ali emphasizes that a true scholar is someone who acts upon their knowledge. Their actions should align with what they understand to be right and true. This idea connects deeply to our overall theme, the importance of integrating knowledge with practice. It reminds us that real understanding is demonstrated through our actions, and that's what truly defines a learned person. So, as we move forward, keep in mind that knowledge without action isn't complete. It's the harmony between knowing and doing that truly makes a scholar. In this activity, we're exploring a story that highlights justice and integrity. It involves a Christian man who allegedly stole the armor of Ali bin Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, who was the Caliph at the time. The case was brought before Judge Shure, a well-known and respected judge. Judge Shure asked the Christian man to whom the armor belonged. The man claimed it was his because it was in his possession. Then, the judge turned to Ali bin Abi Talib and asked if he had any evidence to prove that the armor was his. Ali did not respond, which led the judge to rule in favor of the Christian man. This might seem surprising, but it underscores an important point. Justice is based on evidence and not just on status or authority. What's truly remarkable is what happened next. When the Christian saw that the judgment favored him, he acknowledged the divine justice behind it. He testified that these judgments are the work of the prophets, affirming the oneness of Allah and the prophethood of Muhammad, peace be upon him. He then declared that the armor truly belonged to Ali. May Allah be pleased with him, recognizing the divine truth and justice in the verdict. This story teaches us that justice transcends human authority and is rooted in divine guidance. It also reminds us that honesty and integrity are essential, regardless of one's position or power. Connecting this to our overall theme, it emphasizes that true leadership and justice are grounded in faith, truth, and divine guidance. Let's talk about activity. This part is really about engaging with the content actively. It's not just about passively listening or reading, but about applying what we've learned. The key points here are to understand how activities can reinforce concepts and help us retain information better. When we participate in activities, we're making the learning process more interactive and memorable. Remember, connecting these activities to the overall theme of the presentation helps us see their relevance and importance. So, as we move forward, think about how each activity can enhance your understanding and support your goals. Let's explore the different ways we can relate to knowledge. First, there's knowledge without acting upon it. That means having information but not applying it in our lives. Next, we have knowledge and acting upon it, which is the ideal scenario where understanding leads to action. Then, there's abandoning knowledge and choosing not to act on it, which can be quite problematic. Now, I want to highlight a powerful saying from Caliph Ali bin Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, who said, "O bearers of knowledge, act upon it." This statement emphasizes a crucial point. Possessing knowledge alone is not enough. The real value lies in applying what we know. This ties back to our overall theme, that true knowledge should lead to meaningful action. Without acting, knowledge remains incomplete. It doesn't fulfill its full purpose. So the key takeaway here is that knowledge becomes truly valuable when it inspires us to act, to improve ourselves and our communities. Let's take a moment to consider this statement, true or false. The question is whether the judge ruled in favor of Caliph Ali bin Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, in the story of the armor that a Christian man stole. This story is quite significant because it highlights the principles of justice and fairness that Ali bin Abi Talib stood for. If we recall, Ali was known for his unwavering commitment to justice, regardless of the person involved. So, when it comes to this particular case, the key point is whether the judge upheld justice by ruling in favor of the rightful owner, or if Ali's judgment was different. This story connects to our overall theme of integrity, justice, and the importance of fairness in leadership. Now, based on the historical accounts, the correct answer is that the judge did indeed rule in favor of Ali. This reinforces the idea that justice was a priority for him, and it serves as a powerful example for us all. Now, let's look at some groups that are important in understanding the history of the early Muslim community. The Ansar, the Muhajirun, the Khawarij, and the Aus. Each of these groups played a significant role during that time. The key point here is about those who rebelled against the Imam of the Muslims and disobeyed his authority. This disobedience is not just a simple act. It's considered a serious deviation because it goes against the fundamental principle of obeying Allah and His Messenger, peace be upon him. In our overall theme, it's crucial to understand that unity and obedience to rightful leadership are essential in maintaining the stability and integrity of the Muslim community. Rebellion and disobedience can lead to chaos and division, which is why they are viewed negatively in Islamic teachings. So, when we study these groups, we see that their actions had profound impacts. Recognizing their role helps us appreciate the importance of loyalty and obedience to the rightful leaders in Islam. Today, I want to highlight some of the key similarities between the Khawarij in the past and present. One of the most significant points is that they declared scholars as disbelievers. This tendency to label others as outside the fold of Islam has been a troubling constant. Next, they promoted spreading unrest and even violence in Muslim lands, which led to chaos and suffering among innocent people. Sadly, they also resorted to killing Muslims themselves, often targeting those they saw as opponents or insufficiently devout. Despite these violent actions, they emphasized obedience to their own interpretation of a Muslim ruler, but only if that ruler fit their strict criteria. If not, they would oppose or even rebel against legitimate authority. All these points underscore a recurring pattern, a tendency to judge others harshly, justify violence, and reject unity within the Muslim community. Understanding these similarities helps us see how dangerous such ideologies can be, both historically and today, and reinforces the importance of moderation and adherence to authentic Islamic teachings. So, what did I learn today? It's important to reflect on the key lessons we've covered. Now, I want you to fill in the blank. Caliph Ali bin Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, was martyred at the hands of one of the. This question reminds us of the historical significance of his life and the circumstances of his martyrdom. It also highlights the importance of understanding the events that shaped early Islamic history. By knowing this, we deepen our appreciation for the sacrifices made and the lessons we can draw from them. Remember, these stories are not just historical facts. They are part of our spiritual and moral foundation. So, as we conclude, think about the broader themes of justice, sacrifice, and faith that run through his story and our entire learning journey today.